This hillside is coming along just fine. I'm really pleased with it. It's been a lot of work, but now this is the southeast, really east slope, the east hog pasture. And I've revived almost all of these ditches that you see, these zanjas. I had done them about 40 years ago. I just sort of scratched them in, but then it all went wild. And now that I have time, I have enough water to manage it, and I am gradually working my way to the left. That area down there, which still looks so swampy and has been, shall I say, problematic in figuring out what the heck that is or was, it's coming along too. Pigs have shade. I only put them on here for a couple hours in the morning because it's got to do a lot of recovering from the severe grazing that it's had. More about that later though. You can see that if I had my shovel instead of my hoe, I could add another 10 zanja feet right there probably. I just opened this little hatch this morning to dampen that ground ahead of it, and if the weather stays like this, I'll continue to bring that first zanja down. This really is the trench royal, this highest one, but it's almost dead level. I'll continue to bring that first zanja down across there. See there, I've got a hatch open. Another thing, I wanted to make a statement that when everything is right, I can tune this irrigation system with a teaspoon. I mean, a teaspoon right there would quadruple the water going down there. I can just use the corner of my hoe. But once the system is built, it's just so easy to keep in tune and fun. It's high time that I explain about this as well. Now this is a zanja de infiltración that I built 40 years ago. And I only could have built that if I had water. I had water there. Now see, the pigs are revealing it. It's the easy way to walk along the hillside. Now since it's above the trench royal, I don't have water here yet. And still, they're revealing it. Now you get a heavy rain or a rain of any kind, and they catch that. And you know, I could develop it just with rain. But up above, I'm pretty optimistic that I'm going to get water to the enough of a supply of water to the aqueduct in the hilltop that I can irrigate this as well. They've really done a good job at rooting and preparing a seed bed really, and getting it ready so that I can restore the irrigation system. Now I'm up in the goat pasture, and here you can see, or I can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, here is another one of those zanjas that I dug 40 years ago. It's much harder to see here, of course, because the goats don't root and graze the way the pigs do. But I can fill it. Well, it also is working with the rain, and I can fill it if I can just get water up there to the saddle in enough of a quantity to soak this hillside. You'll see a lot more about that if I can pull it off. Isn't that quite a white pine? I'll pause from my water walk to stop in here at the folk fold. A man named Adam yesterday was here. I call him the ox man. He's really strong. He was here helping me, and for about an hour and a half's time, we worked up here, and together we had to unstack part of that folk cabin to restack the top of it because it needed to be higher, and we did that. And then we had time. Then we stacked this one as far as we could go before I had to start thinking, because I'm using more questionable 4x4s in the middle. But as I get toward the top, the joists that are going to carry weight in the overshot. I need to use heavier timbers for that, but I have them ready, complete with ones that are cut the right length. Well, I won't explain that now. The pigs come here on a regular basis now. They know I'm going to be working here around 1:30, and they wait for me at that gate. I have some corn for them, so they're ready to come in here anytime I have the fence ready and I want them here. Now, back to Adam and me. Yesterday, after we did those two, we also laid out a third one that's going to be in the middle. Now, this is my plan for this one. This is going to be a kitchen. I've got a most of the pieces of an old cook stove, but it's in terrible shape. It's all broken up, but the top's okay. And I'm going to set it up in there and consider it a kitchen for the whole folk fold. Another thing, Adam and I, we straightened up the outhouse so the door would now open and close, which is important if it's an emergency. That'll have lots of work to be done, but it's functional now, actually. Oh, and I stacked these with him because they're so heavy. I stacked them there where they wouldn't be in the way. That's the flooring that's going to go up there and on all of these. I think I have enough of those to floor all of them. These are half ones that I cut up, but I stacked them like that so I could stand on there safely while I work on that floor, working that way. And I can do the same thing on this kitchen cabin. Kitchen cabin. The same thing. I can work from that stand, working this way, and then I'll be able to show how I can unite the two floors with a little bitty bridge. After that, I think I'll move a similar stack like that to a position here, from where I can work on that, and there's going to be one in the middle here as well. I'm going to end up using all the 4x4s I have. I'll probably use them all up, which is fine. I can actually go to 1x6s, which would be interesting. All right, back to the water supply. Let's go take a look at Grandpa Jim Biss. Well, how about this? I've got water all the way to the edge of the field. My repair of the leak at Grandpa Jim Biss, I haven't been up there yet, but my repair of that leak was pretty effective apparently. So I'm still going to go up there. And by the way, the goats also have gotten used to coming up here. They know I'm here and they come in to see me. So I'm going to follow that along and see what's going on. And I even plan to go up to the place where I want to start the new Biss.